Right on. So this one I'm gonna call out some stuff like either get with her or get the fuck out of here. You know, people that want to take I don't know what you call mythos or whatever and turn it into some fucking mumbo jumbo like Anunnaki, aliens and stuff because they can't get their fucking brain around a concept. You know, the God has to be a walking talker, fucking whatever, or they lose it. And a lot of them are biblical people, like these people in this Gaia movement or whatever. They can't handle the fact that they can't take the analogy or analogous stuff within the biblical reference, and they have to turn it into something tangible their brain can handle, right? And anything that goes against that has to be fucking evil, devil, Nephilim, what the hell ever you gonna call it. Either get it with a program or get the fuck out. You're helping no one, right? I'm gonna talk like this. It's just my opinion, remember, because it really messed things up. When first Marduk, if you want to be technical with Tiamat, if it was a planetary body, I can believe you. But if it was the planet that would have surrounded Mercury. Because if you do any research worth a damn, you'll find that Mercury has its core and everything is way, way too massive for such a little teeny thing. Right? Which in the opinion, if Marduk would have come in and wiped out Tiamat, a planet, if you want to call it, it would have been Mercury. And what's left is the core, or the head of Tiamat. Right? That's all that's left. Right? Right? That's Marduk, Jupiter, Nibiru. Right? And some other stuff happened, and he's the stuff, the king of this solar system, and it really is, right? As far as Marduk being Jupiter, right? Okay, how's that for all these guys that want to turn? They got such cognitive dissonance. They claim not to, but they are so. I just hanging on. I just gotta go. But stay in that and get the hell off everything else. Because if you can't understand some stuff, then let it go. Right? Because everybody's talking about Enki as some king of the devil that's in the planet. It's not. Neptune would be Enki. Neptune, Lord of the Under. Right? Where in Lil, asshole, Uranus, he's the one that tried to kill everybody. Right? Whatever. Right? If you want to talk about that, if you want to go listen to some Sumer songs, I don't know what his name is, Greg Phillips or something like that. He's very accomplished, whatever. And Lament of Enki, where he says Enki's boat, Neptune, is going out further into the abyss, which is out there in the darkness. That's the abyss. The abyss. Down is up. Well, you guys got fucked up. You know. The abyss is not down there. It's out there in the dark, in the outer darkness. Right? Right. And then later, remember, because it was a one-off. It's not a cyclical thing. He's not going to come to wipe out Tiamat every yuga. Right? Whatever. All these guys come later. Right? Later. Not that they weren't here. It's just that they came later. You know. Who knows who survived the cataclysm? Wasn't scientists, probably for sure. A few of them. But mostly probably just regular video gamers, and then they got to survive. That would just suck, wouldn't it? Putting your hands in your future in video gamers. Has no recollection of science or anything like that. Right? God killed us all. It was God. Whatever their concept of it. Sorry, right? But it's cool. These people are not helping at all. So if we want to get into some Wall Thornhill, or I don't know what the guy's name, Discourse of Alien Sky, or Worlds in Collision, that guy, where he says that this Venus came in. It's a one-off. It's not going to happen every yuga. It's not going to happen because of an age of Aquarius. It's not going to happen because something was a one-off. One-off. You know what a one-off is? Happens once. It's not a cycle. Catastrophes are a cycle. One-off. Right? And going back to this, which is why it gets very technically crazy, because if you can't think, you got to really start thinking. Magnetic-y, primer fields, all of this rolls into the equation, see? Because whatever happened, Tiamat got wiped out. That changed everything in an electric primer field circuit of solar circuit, right? Would change everything. Very crazy. And when Venus come in, right, Venus comes in, changes everything in a primer field solar circuit. You know, a lot of things you can just, dust goes around there, but you put a BB in a magnetic primer field, things have to change. To do what it does, right? Balance the equation, as it were, right? So, as far as these people that can't get rid of this authorized biblical narrative or whatever, some are jumping over to this Kali Yuga or whatever, that's later stuff. I'm gonna let it go. Well, we got the original. You don't, in my opinion. You're just a Johnny-come-lately who's trying to turn something into something it isn't. Right? Sorry. No disrespect. Right? But I don't have to agree with it at all. Right? So, as far as being a conscious entity, I don't believe that either. Because a one-off doesn't make, two ones off doesn't make a conscious entity either. As far as whatever. You can say that, whatever. It's up to you. I don't. Right? So when Venus come in, I'm just, okay, this, because the Rev sent me something. Thanks, Rev. And it comes from USA Today. It says super ionic material is in the inner core. And it's not metal, it's not nickel and iron, it's go read the article. Which is crazy, which brings into my equation the moon came in and we snatched some magnetic field. Two of them in here. Remember that the big spider, Earth, is trying to mate with the smaller spider and can't get the job done. They're still in a mating embrace, as it were, which is why we can live. Right? Which is why it's very crazy cool. And you got the tides, and because the moon is not, it's not in one, it orbits one rotation. It doesn't. The damn thing's in a fixed location. Remember, that's my thought. It's in a fixed state of revolution, not rotation. There's a difference, right? But within the equilibrium of magnetism, which we are, things happen, right? Back to the story. Venus comes in, right? And I only say because it made a difference in everything, right? Because people tell you there was a time that the moon wasn't here. It probably was, but it was further out. right? Changed everything. When Venus come in and heated up the core and pushed a bunch of magma up during this global cataclysm. Right? Just an opinion. But because Venus is so important, because everybody was focused on Venus, right? That's why everybody had to rethink the cosmology. All this cosmology was changing now because everything changed. Right? So where the hell are we? I don't know. Better figure it out. What do we got? Nothing. You know, I got to have something. But they probably knew. And I'm going to get into some crazy stuff here because Sumer, as far as everybody's evil Anunnaki, was just scientists. Had smart people there. Till somebody came in and fucking killed them all. Then things got a little slower. Right? As far as Stonehenge, I'm going to say the same thing. There were some smart people there until some other people got there, some stupid fucking brutes, said, we're taking over, and kill them. You know, and then things got slowed up. You know, you got a bunch of fuckers like, I don't know, MMA fighters coming around there, and we're taking over. Got not a fucking clue with science, but they know all about God. All right? Some people have a clue. They did. Now we're just getting back. Because, you know, some other people thought they'd come in and just be might. Okay. Well, and you have to stick with that because we don't have any, you know, projectile weapons anymore because things got put on a level playing field. Right? That's what the stupid asses want to go back to. I'm going to let it go. Right? Because now they say, just a side note, no, let's just go right on. Okay? Because Sumer had a measurement system, you know, and this fella will prove it to you when I tell you his name. They are the metric system. The metric system existed in Sumer. Metric system. What? Get the... Which is funny because when they start translating all this stuff, it's the metric system. Perfect. And it works perfect. Right? But in Sumer, when they brought in Venus, because it was the whole damn thing, it said, what the hell? We got to figure this out. This is what's changed everything, and this is what we're going to focus on to understand what the hell happened. How it changed everything, right? Because if you go back in Sumer, Inanna, right? She came in and got all her clothes yanked off her and died right there. But Enki, water and blue life, she started orbiting the sun, right? She's not some walk talk beauty, it's whatever, right? But in cosmological, because these guys were smart and started looking, started following everything, it's where you get the pentagram. The pentagram come from the procession of Venus, Inanna, right? When she makes her full procession through the thing, not just 1 year, right? She has a procession just like Earth has one. Makes a pentagram. You can do your research if you want to, right? Science. Which is why the pentagram is probably so evil. That fucking goddess come in here and fucked up everything. Right? Kill everybody, bunch of people. Kill a bunch of people. You know, put us back to Stone Age. For this other video, because I give credit where credit's due. I don't know why I picked this up and you guys don't. They sent it to me. YouTube. Based on what I'm watching, apparently. And you guys just were watching the Nephilim. Waiting for some Kali Yuga cycle to end the world. Whatever. I hope it does end your world so the rest of us can go forward. Okay? Because if you be the change you want to be, right? Manifest what you want, right? And this guy's name is Alan Butler. Alan Butler. Give credit where credit is due. He wrote a book, right? And if the channel I found it on is Ancient Secret Discoveries. Ancient Secret Discoveries. Right? And the title of the video is There Must Have Been a Civilization 1, in quotation marks, Civilization 1, predating, and that's all you get to see on the channel if you find it in your feed. Right? That's all I get to see if I find it in my feed. Right? And this guy named Alan Butler, he's just I don't know who the hell he is. Epiphany, got epiphany. It has to do with the monolithic minute and a monolithic second and a monolithic degree, and it's a monolithic thing within Stonehenge is what I'm going to say, measurements. Right, which is crazy because it goes in there and it talks about having a 366-day year, right? When Sumer is like a different thing, 365 or 360 or something like that, right? But as far as doing their cosmological thing, which is where you get the difference between the metric and whatever, I think it's called the royal whatever the standard, the foot, the yard, the pound, right? And if you watch this video, you'll find that you can't get this measurement except in one time of the year. And it freakingly has to do with what? Venus. And it has to do with swinging a pendulum 366 times at this one time of the year, because it doesn't work any other time. Right? Because like in a cataclysm, and you're screwed, dude. You got nothing. Nothing. So I gotta make a rope. What do you got? Well, I got this. I got this. Right? And I can braid a rope. That's all I got. I gotta know what's going on. Right? But he got this box. Watch the video. It's very informative. Right? But it goes back to this whole thing when Venus is the key. That without that doesn't work. Right? Same thing with Sumer. All these other things come later. When they come in there and say, well, we're taking over. We don't want to, That's all she wrote, because you got fucking people, might is right, don't have a fucking clue about anything. And off we go. Is that where we're going? I don't know.